The year is 1996. Our story begins in New Holland, a sleepy suburban town with picket fences and friendly neighbors. But we can tell it as not all sunshine and roses because the opening shot pans over a graveyard. Ominous music playing, ending on a lonely headstone reading, "Here lies Sparky, beloved dog." We then meet our hero, Victor Frankenstein, a sensitive and somewhat nerdy 13-year-old kid who spends his days making movies with his dog Sparky, his best friend in the entire world. But one day while playing fetch, Sparky gets zapped by a power line and tragically dies. Heartbroken, Victor stays up all night working on what will become his magnum opus, a science project that will cheat death itself. The next morning, Victor's classmates are giving him a hard time about his messy hair and missing dog. They're just being jerks. So Victor decides to show them his new invention, a robot dog that looks exactly like Sparky. He reveals that he built this robot using parts from a junkyard and an old computer, but it doesn't have a motor to make it move. And this is where things take a turn for the bizarre. Victor tells us there's only one thing left to do, something involving a bolt of lightning and a very suspicious box in the basement. With all the townspeople gathered outside for the big reveal, Victor rolls his robot out front. The crowd parts as he approaches, building suspense. And then he opens the box, revealing an open casket with a heart monitor. Turns out that this robot isn't some cool invention. It's actually a replacement for Sparky's body. Victor shocks everyone by hooking up the machine, bringing them all to their graves. Then he unveils his truly insane plan, resurrecting Sparky using science. The crowd freaks out, but Victor ignores them, declaring that he has to try even if it kills him. And wouldn't you know it, lightning strikes right then, powering up the machine and bringing Sparky back to life. Victor and Sparky reunite, overjoyed to be alive again. Victor shows off his amazing discovery to the rest of the town, but they don't seem too impressed. But Victor doesn't care. He's got Sparky back, and that's all that matters. The two spend the day having fun, but as the sun sets, Victor comes to an alarming realization. Sparky isn't acting quite right. He's stronger than normal, craves human flesh, and is generally behaving like a monster. Victor tries to calm him down, but Sparky loses control, destroying Victor's house and killing several townspeople. Realizing the error of his ways, Victor vows to fix what he's done wrong, hiding with Sparky in an abandoned house. Meanwhile, word gets around town that some kid brought a dog back from the dead. Some people are scared, but others see it as an opportunity for greatness. And who are these curious onlookers? Well, almost the entire cast of Be Cool, Scooby-Doo, Zoinks. The gang breaks into Victor's house, but luckily he left just in time. As they search around, Shaggy and Scooby stumble upon Victor's science journal, specifically the entry detailing how he brought Sparky back to life. Fred reads it out loud, prompting Velma to announce that Victor might still be at his secret hideout from earlier. They split up to search, but soon the mystery machine is destroyed, courtesy of an angry mob. The townspeople want revenge for those killed by Sparky, and they want Victor to pay. So what does the gang do? You guessed it, they run away. Meanwhile, Victor and Sparky are making their way through the woods when they come across a graveyard. It's here that Victor realizes the terrible truth. All of his tinkering has made Sparky into a monster, causing him to lose control and attack innocent people. To protect Sparky from hurting anyone else, Victor decides to destroy him once and for all, crying as he says goodbye to his best friend. But wait, before he can pull the trigger, it's time for a plot twist. As Victor turns away, someone shoots at him. It's Clyde, one of Victor's classmates who tried to steal his idea. But instead of killing him, the bullet knocks the gun out of his hand. Clyde explains that he wants to bring back his hamster Elvis, but is struggling with the process. Victor understands his pain, explaining that he knows what it's like to lose a pet. Clyde drops the Elvis news and instead asks Victor if he could build a robotic arm for him so he can play basketball again. In fact, I think it was more like a multi-million-dollar tech company sponsoring this scene. Anywho, Victor accepts, realizing that he can use his scientific skills to help others. Clyde thanks him with a high five, and together the two begin constructing the robotic arm. But wait, this light-hearted moment is shattered when they hear chainsaws revving nearby. The townspeople have found the grave of Napoleon Bonaparte, one of the people killed by Sparky. They plan to dig up his body and destroy it, but Victor and Clyde arrive just in time to stop them. People freak out seeing Victor, blaming him for what happened. But he stands his ground, proclaiming that he'll bring back Napoleon so they can all apologize for being so mean. Everyone gasps, but Victor is determined. He uses his notes to quickly put together a robotic body for Napoleon. With Clyde's help, he rolls it out to the crowd, builds suspense, then drops the coffin lid. The heart monitor goes flat. The crowd is unimpressed. But Victor refuses to give up. He runs to the roof as lightning strikes again. It's now or never. Victor hooks up the machine, and sure enough, Napoleon revives. It takes a minute, but eventually Napoleon realizes what's going on. He apologizes for his earlier behavior and admits that he felt overwhelmed when coming back to life. Victor nods in understanding. Just then, the other students arrive. They demand that Victor let them look at his notes, wanting to bring back their own pets, but he refuses, citing safety concerns. Naturally, they don't listen. One of the students, Bob, steals Victor's notes, shocking everyone by bringing back a lizard. Before Victor can protest, the other kids start bringing back everything they can find, including a cat, a rat, a bird, even a pig. Soon, the school is crawling with zombies. Victor is horrified, but he knows he has to do something to stop them. After escaping from the school, he reunites with Clyde, who confesses that he was the one who leaked Victor's notes. Victor understands, though, knowing that Clyde was just trying to fit in. The two work together to devise a solution. Victor spots a weather balloon and gets an idea. He and Clyde get inside, launching themselves toward the school. Victor throws a net over the reanimated animals, capturing them. The other students cheer, but their joy is short-lived when the animals start biting them. Victor arrives just in time to save them, calming down the animals and promising to find a better solution. As they regroup, one of the students demands that Victor revive her pet cat, Mittens. She throws him the heart monitor, daring him to refuse. The others join in, chanting, "Bring back Mittens." So what does Victor do? He closes his eyes, remembers the good times he had with Sparky, and plays the audio recording of his bark. A warm feeling spreads through Victor, helping him remember what really matters. When he opens his eyes, he's filled with a new determination. He announces that he won't bring back Mittens, causing the other students to freak out. This sparks a massive fight, giving Victor the time he needs to escape. He grabs his stuff and makes his way through the zombie horde. Now that he has the upper hand, you'd think he'd be happy, but he's not. He didn't want things to end like this. Wanting to undo the damage he caused, Victor heads to the roof, remembering that a bolt of lightning brought Sparky back to life. He figures that another bolt should be able to erase him, so Victor jumps up onto the weather balloon and waits. The other students arrive, demanding that he bring back Mittens. But Victor ignores them. He knows what he has to do. A huge storm starts brewing, and a bolt of lightning strikes the balloon, supposedly erasing all the reanimated animals. The students scream as their pets vanish, but it's not all good news. Victor himself has been zapped. As he collapses, he's brought back to life by the same machine that revived Sparky. Guess you could say the title card is correct. Anyway, Victor apologizes for everything, explaining that he was trying to find a way to reverse the reanimation process. Just then, Sparky comes running, barking excitedly. Turns out the zap didn't affect him. Victor smiles, realizing that Sparky doesn't need to be reanimated because he's already perfect the way he is. The two hug and laugh together as the other animals return. Victor had totally forgotten that they were also erased. As the sun rises, the animals are all gone, leaving Victor alone with his thoughts. He looks down at Sparky's collar, which reads, "Be good," and then the screen fades to black. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. And check out the series for more wacky adventures. And remember, love is the true spark of life.